What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That's the one and the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, welcome back from the holidays, dude. What has been going on? Feel like it's kind of been forever.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it's been a lot longer than a week. It's funny how that works, eh?
Yeah, well, we talk every day, right? So, but even granted, though, like you and I game almost every night, so at least we do keep in contact. But it's one of those things. Is like,
what have you been playing this week?
Heavily invested in the realm of Valhalla. Still, Assassin's Creed. I'm still not done.
The game that just keeps on giving.
yeah, that's for sure. I'm just the problem is, dude, I have full intentions of like at this point beelining the campaign, and then I'm like, ooh, piece of armor. Squirrel. Right?
It's that Ubisoft formula. It pulls me in too.
Yeah, I've been playing that that's mostly what I've been doing, to be honest, and doing some artwork. But how about you? What have you been playing?
Oh, I went back to Battlefield 4. I mentioned that I think right before we took a break. But
yep.
I went through the campaign and I beat it 3 times over on the hardest setting.
Wow!
Because I just had that itch. I had to burn through some shooters and. Wow. A fresh achievement list got me coming back.
Oh, that always helps, Scott. But I got an itch today to talk about some games as Sony announces a new state of play. What's coming this week? Well, we've got our predictions. It's been reported that Bethesda's new Indiana Jones title will not be an Xbox exclusive, and Respawn has revealed their next Star Wars title. Are you ready for today's episode?
Oh, I am. I'm excited for this state of play.
Absolutely. The new State of Play returns and will include some PlayStation VR 2 titles. Sony has announced a new State of Play scheduled to air this Thursday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern. Dude, I'm trying to make it. I just got a couple things and I might not be able to make it. We'll see, but I'm trying to get there for sure. The blog post over on PlayStation states the following. The event will run for approximately 30 minutes and showcase exciting reveals from our third-party partners. That's right. You see God of War Ragnarok playing right now, which tells me it's not going to be there, Scott.
Yeah, well, 30 minutes is is that a standard length, or do they normally run 40?
It varies, right? If they have, it's funny because I think if they have really something big important to showcase, it's a 40-minute event. If they have like just little things, it's 20. So we're kind of caught in the middle here, right? So I think we're going to get a couple things third party, but they're also going to drop some PlayStation VR 2 titles so we can see what's coming, right? Will they show us the next Horizon VR title, Scott? That's the big question right there, right? Will we see anything of, what is it called? The Mountain is what it's called for Horizon.
Yeah.
So that has me pretty pumped and excited, but I don't think we'll see anything. But the rest of it says this, Scott. The post doesn't mention first party at all. So it sounds like we shouldn't expect updates from games like God of War, Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, or The Last of Us remake. I wouldn't expect anything of those. However, Sony also teases that viewers will get a sneak peek into PlayStation VR games, just as they announced and confirmed a headset will launch with over 20 games. The only announced title so far is Horizon Call of the Wild, though. Oh, it's called the Wild. It's called the Mountain. Really? Is that right? Dude, now I'm questioning it. Though the project may not appear in the event, is highlighting third parties. At that point, it's anyone's guess what we'll actually see. I think that's the biggest thing, right?
That rules out the rumors of Resistance.
Yep, because Insomniac now is first party.
Yeah, I know. There are some tasty rumors, though, going around. Resistance is just a title that's on my radar. Anytime it pops up, I'm there.
Oh, no, yeah, I hear you. I know you're always there.
I don't think we're going to see more, though. It could be a couple years out.
Yeah, who's there right now, though, is your Doom Guide. It's Nate joining us over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, just like you can. Or you can join us live over on YouTube at ITG Reviews. If you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca. Scott, the week off made me a little rusty, buddy.
Did we miss a part? Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Check your audio levels.
I got it, dude. That's always such a panic, but yeah, I got it covered. So our last state of play, though, we did see the Valkyrie Elysium Exo Primal, which seemed like a bit of a Dino Crisis spin off. weird
Yeah, I
looking
think
game.
people were disappointed it was not Dino Crisis.
Yeah, I don't know if I really wanted to see that, but either
Not
way,
one I'm familiar with.
no, me either, really. But they also had Gundam Evolution, but it's all focused really. What they've said is third party and PlayStation VR2 titles, right? I think that's the biggest thing. Scott, here's one that I know you can't wait for. It's Stray, dude. You think we'll see Stray?
I think we're going to see a little bit of Stray.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't think they've pinned down an exact release date for that game yet.
No.
I think a window has been mentioned, so maybe this will be the time we get a release date.
I think it would be a good time, right? If they're going to focus heavily on third party. Do you lead with this, Scott, or do you end with Stray, you think?
I would lead with it if there are large, notable kind of announcements to come out. But if it's all things we've already seen, then I think, I would end with it if it was just kind of a recap. But there is a lot of talk is, what is Sony going to bring to the PC world? Are we going to see any sort of mention of that? And I can already feel the comments. I can already hear the comments. Bloodborne when?
Yeah. No, I don't think you'll see anything about PC. I think you're going to see a heavy focus on third-party studios joining the platform, coming over and showcasing their games, and kind of give you that mind share of, it's third-party, but you're only really going to see it on PlayStation when it's not necessarily the case, right? Stray is a PlayStation exclusive, so that's the only place you'll be able to get that game. Sorry, Scott. But it's one of those things, right? If they're able to line up some more third-party exclusives, then they seem to be kind of rolling in, because when you take a look at their long lineup of what's coming ahead, we really don't know. And this is also coming just before like Game Fest, Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley, Xbox Showcase, all these other events that are about to line up around what used to be the E3 holiday weekend kind of thing, right?
Yeah. So, this would be a time for Sony to take that spotlight while the time is now.
Absolutely. Are you shocked though that they're doing it now instead of after Xbox?
Well, I think it's always a competition. We don't know what they have behind closed doors, so this makes me think that they're confident, because otherwise it would be more of a defensive play. We'll go after Xbox.
Sure.
Here's you want to borrow a game. They'll try and echo that moment in time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This, I think, does kind of showcase a little confidence within the PlayStation ecosystem, right? Hey, you know what? I know we haven't really announced anything for yet the holiday season. God of War Ragnarok has really been on the kind of the back burner of everybody's mind. It's always there, right? You're kind of questioning, will we see it this holiday season? Not too long ago, it just got rated over in, I want to say it was
that Korea?
I think so, right? I think it was Korea. So if it got rated over there, dude, you got to think it's going to be lining up. And I think the biggest thing for them, here's, okay, you ready for this? The last time we got a PlayStation Showcase or a State of Play, it wasn't too long after. Like, wasn't it a week later we got another one?
It was very close together. Yeah, that was a surprise to me.
So here's my prediction. I could be completely off base. If God of War is set and ready to go for this holiday season, okay, we're going to get this showcase focused on third party and PlayStation VR 2. And in about 2 weeks, after all the hype is kind of settled off of the Xbox Showcase, the Game Summer Fest, and all that kind of stuff, we get a God of War showcase. A God of War State of Play for Ragnarok, showcasing what we can expect, when we can expect it. Dude, even if they can launch it in like the end of August, early September, they could run away. They keep that mentality and all that mind share leading into the Game Awards, right? Because what else are you going to have? You get your typical Call of Duties, all that kind of stuff in the fall. And fall is already looking to be lining up with huge titles. And they also have other titles too, like Forspoken's coming, right? Forspoken is an exclusive. So will we see Forspoken here, Scott, at the State of Play on Thursday?
I hope so.
Oh, man,
Forspoken and Avowed are two that I've been looking at for a long time. I don't know what happened to Avowed.
Yeah,
I can't recall.
Disappeared.
Faded away.
They announced it and then they went and hid.
That's not a good sign.
We did see recently too that Hogwarts, right, the latest Harry Potter game coming out of Warner Brothers, did make its own State of Play gameplay reveal. Will we see anything on Hogwarts, do you think, here?
Because it had its own spotlight, I think there'll be less on Hogwarts, unless they have more clarity as to the release date, release window, how's it going along. Maybe just a checkup.
Yep. And then, then they'll probably, I think they'll lead with third party, and I think they're going to end off with PlayStation VR 2 stuff is kind of what I'm expecting. It would be nice to see some Horizon content, but I don't think we will. I think we'll see other stuff that's coming. So, okay, we have 20 games coming at launch. Do we get a launch date? Which would be nice to know. Are we getting it this year? It sounds like it's more next year. 2023 is when we're actually going to see the new headset. But what games are we going to be able to play, right? I think that's the biggest question.
They're
What's
building
coming
up quite
next?
a library in advance.
20 games, dude, is a big launch, especially if they give us the ability to also back into PSVR 1 games, bring forward like Moss 1 or Blood and Truth, right?
I really hope they do, but being the company that we're speaking of, I have a feeling they will not.
It's not gonna happen.
It might come along with an itemized upgrade.
Well, my biggest question though is because we go from these old Move ones, right? Over from like the PS3 generation over into the PlayStation VR 1. Will they be able to take that control scheme and then move it over into the DualSense controller with the PSVR headset too, right? Is that a possibility, or is it too complicated to make that transition? I'd love to talk to some devs to find out, is that possible? You know, like how much of a headache is it to move
I'm
that
sure
over?
I'm sure they want to leave the hardware in the past, because the Move controls are
horrible.
How old now?
Dude, they're so bad.
Oh, those came out for PlayStation 3, did they?
Yeah,
or was that 4?
Absolutely. But it comes with, dude, you can get the gun too, and
I remember that.
It had potential, dude. I don't know. It's just one of those.
Well,
weird
so
things.
did the Kinect, but ooh.
Yeah. Whoa, man, you remember? Dude, I didn't mind the Kinect Sports.
I had fun with
Kinect
it a
Sports.
couple times.
Yeah, I had a blast playing Kinect Sports. Dude, my character looked just like me. It scanned my face into the game. It was so cool. Me and a buddy played it, and we both reviewed it way back on a whole other decade ago.
A whole life ago.
Yeah, pretty much, right? But yeah, it looked just like him, and it looked just like me. It was awesome. It was so cool to see. But, Scott, what might not be so cool is Indiana Jones game from Bethesda reportedly not an Xbox exclusive.
Oh.
This is a weird move, man. This one's a weird one to me. This is Cade.
I'm worried about anything with the Indiana Jones title on it now. After that last movie.
This is over at comicbook.com. The Indiana Jones game from Bethesda and Machine Games may not actually be exclusive to Xbox. Why? All right, in 2021, Bethesda confirmed that it was working on a brand new Indiana Jones game. Indiana Jones hasn't had a game since the Lego titles made in the early 2010. That's right, I got a trailer for you to watch, but that's not too shocking given that there has been a new film in well over a decade. Disney is currently working on the 5th Indiana Jones film, which is expected to probably be the last film in the series for Harrison Ford. No kidding, Scott. Whether or not Disney will find
the last movie was really good in terms of his ability, his acting, but it started to show. Yeah, he doesn't want to do this for the next decade, I'm sure.
No, probably not, right? Whether or not Disney will find some other way to continue the story remains to be seen, but the game could fill that void. Regardless of continuity, a new report suggests that the new Indiana Jones game will not be exclusive to Xbox. Of course, Microsoft finalized its deal to officially acquire Bethesda last year, which led to a massive titles like Starfield being confirmed as Xbox exclusives. Scott, this sounds like there could be deals already made. That's what the hiccup is here, and that's why you will not possibly see Indiana Jones as an exclusive to Xbox, because there's already been deals signed with Disney, which then has them going on to other platforms.
That makes sense. We saw that with, was it Deathloop?
Deathloop was exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, so they have to honor these already made agreements, and that's right. Otherwise, you're twisting business in ways that we would not appreciate if it was done all the time. So
yeah,
I'm glad to see that they're still maintaining a certain amount of behavior. But does this mean anything for the actual game, the development? Do you think this is a sign of low confidence? Maybe they want to put it, they can't change that agreement, and that's good because they want it on every console to sell.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think if this does well, I think the next one you could see as an exclusive, right? Because it'll be years on, because they're so early in development right now with Indiana Jones that they had to go out for, at the time, like before getting acquired by Xbox, dude, they're already talking probably 2-3 years maybe before that, before even starting to work on the game with Disney. Hey, we'd like to do this, right? Like, how can we go about doing this kind of thing? So maybe that's what they're working at. They got the deal with Disney. All of a sudden now you get switched over to Xbox, right? Like, there's just a boom, 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 all these things happen all at once. But you have to go back and honor the deal that you've already made with Disney and go, okay, we're going to put it on the Switch. Maybe we're going to put it on PlayStation. We're going to put it on Xbox, and we'll put it on PC, right? So you already have these platforms laid out. Yo, you're going to hit a huge audience. You're going to have big fans all over the place, right? PlayStation fans are pretty excited, I think, in this case. Xbox fans, maybe a little bit more concerned, going, why isn't it exclusive? Like, where are all of our exclusives? And that's kind of a topic coming up on this week's show for Inside the Game. But
Nate says in the Twitch chat, I will believe that it's not exclusive when I see it. And that's kind of how we felt about a couple of these maybe titles in limbo.
Absolutely.
You don't go and spend that many billions of dollars to let it out the door.
Oh, no, absolutely. And that's why we kind of fell on Starfield going, dude, that's got to be exclusive. Like, that's huge. Yeah. The next Elder Scrolls, right? The next Skyrim game, that's going to be exclusive. Would you really want to put that on PlayStation?
I was talking to my brother yesterday and I said Elden Scrolls by accident, and that would be a beautiful combination. That's what I want to see in the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, there's no for sure. The Elder Scrolls 6 will follow in its place as an Xbox exclusive, but nothing is set in stone quite yet. There is one game that Bethesda may make multi-platform. However, that's Indiana Jones game. On the Xbox 2 podcast, reputable leaker and journalist Jez Corden stated that the Indiana Jones game will not be an Xbox exclusive. Corden stated that he had heard this about a year ago, so it's possible that something has changed. But he stated that it will probably be a day one Xbox Game Pass title. Of course it is. Anything now released out of Xbox, right, will be day and date on Game Pass. That's the whole premise of using Game Pass, of using that subscription service, having that ability to go, hey, yeah, we got all big titles coming, and if you just have Game Pass, you get it right there. Right?
Well, and a subject of discussion, even if there is no new titles coming day one on Game Pass, there's still the last dozen releases of this year that you can enjoy. Yeah, and that's a topic that's coming up on the weekly show, because we're seeing a lot of people not so confident in Game Pass. And personally, I think that's not very afforded.
No.
I still have confidence.
Scott, we're going to move on. I did forget the assets, so, dude, I'm telling you, a week off would just throw you all off. But Respawn reveals Star Wars Jedi Survivor, its sequel to Fallen Order. Cal Kestis returns in 2023, Scott. We're not getting it this year, buddy.
No, not this year.
Yeah, this comes from Michael McWhitter over at Polygon.com. Respawn Entertainment officially revealed its sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on Friday, in the Star Wars Celebration. The sequel, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, will be released on PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox Series X in 2023. What do you think, Scott? You excited?
I am super excited. Yeah, only new consoles. Keep that in mind too. So this is going to have quite a lot of development on it. I worry for a delay already, as I do with every title. But this it's going to be some high quality, and I expect nothing less.
It's it's definitely going to be one of those things that you kind of question whether or not you're going to see it. Oh, dude, I did get the trailer. Look at that. I'm not so rusty after all. Just a little confused. It's definitely one of those things where I saw the date. I'm like, okay, now I gotta look it up, because when did Jedi Fallen Order 1 release? Do you know?
It was 2019, but was it Q4 2019?
November 15th, 2019. Okay. So yeah, right. It's only been a couple years then since, so it makes sense that it is 2023. And now, granted, they probably have, most of the assets kind of at the fingertips, right? They're not building this game from the ground up. They are working off some of the previous content that they've been able to create from the first game, bring it over to the second game. Of course, they're going to bring over new stuff. But I did also see someone spotted, right? If you compare Cal from the first game to this trailer, dude, it's like night and day. night and day situation, because we're on last gen hardware, where, like you touched on just a couple minutes ago, dude, this is next gen only, right? It's PlayStation 5, it's Xbox Series X, and it's PC we know just kicks the crap out of everything. So it's one of those things, if you're able to really push it, that's the biggest part, right? Dude, you can really push this game and showcase what next gen can do. And I think that's what they do. I think that's what Respawn's working on. The biggest question, though, like you just said, you really think we're going to get it next year? I don't. I do not see this coming next year. 2024, buddy, is what I'm predicting. We actually get the game. I think we'll see a lot of it next year, but I don't think we'll actually get to be playing it next year. Will they release November 15th-ish in 2023? I doubt it, but that is kind of like a whole 2 years away. So maybe that is kind of wrapping up into that 5-year life cycle, right? And this is a sequel. It's not the first one from the ground up. So maybe it is possible. But the way the world works now, Scott, is one delay after another.
Well, if it has to go to 2024, May the 4th would be the right time to
release. Dude, right? Wouldn't that just hold off a little bit longer? But yeah, we've seen who's else. Nintendo's known for doing situations like that. They're like, hey, no, this game's been done for 3 months. We're just going to hold it back because we like this window better.
March 10th, Mario Day.
There you go. Dude, it's huge potential. I cannot wait.
It's funny how a lot of those games reserve almost like a day of the year. There's N7 for Mass Effect.
Any idea who's in the tank? Anybody? I was talking to Kyle about that the other day. I'm like, dude, who is that? He goes, I don't know. I'm like, I haven't got a clue. So
yeah, nobody recognizable to me. But there's a whole lot of there's a lot of the series that I haven't seen. The cartoon animated ones.
Yes.
The Clone Wars, the Bad Bunch.
Well, Kyle has, and so that's why I was like, yo, Kyle, who is this guy? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, so maybe it's a new character we're going to get introduced to, right? The whole idea of Survivor's, like, man, I'm dying for more info. It's just a little teaser. It's a trailer. It looks great. It looks cool. It has me pumped. But again, we fall into this bracket of announced so soon. Will we actually see it upon the release date? Because Starfield had an actual date of a release date, dude, and they pushed that out, right?
And that got pushed, yeah.
So there's just so many things. How soon do you really? I wish everybody did the Fallout 4 announcement. Hey, by the way, here's Fallout 4. Now you get it in a couple months. Enjoy. It's like, right? People lost their mind. That's the way you do it.
Of course, there's other methods like what we saw with Elden Ring, where it does pay off to let that settle and cook and marinate for a year. No, they definitely did not do it wrong, did they? No,
not in the slightest. Scott, we do have a quick one here. Let's get into what Sega is up to. Sega confirms new project announced live stream on June 3rd. It comes from Michael Hardness over at PSU. Sega has announced that it will be hosting a Sega new project announcement live stream on June 3rd, 8 JST time. I don't know what time that is. I'll have to figure that one out.
It could be Japan Standard Time. I'm not sure.
So how far are we ahead? We got to be way ahead or something. We're way behind, one or the other. So we'll have to figure out what day that is.
I think they're a whole day in the future.
Yeah, almost. I think so, right? So we're way behind them. While you may feel a sense of deja vu with the team of presenters, please look forward to the announcement. Comes from Sega's comment. Man, Sega, they're just so weird sometimes, aren't they? Dude, I don't know. You got any high hopes for this? They're also working on Crazy Taxi, so just keep that in the back of your mind.
They march to the beat of their own drum.
It kind of reminds me of Nintendo, right? Nintendo does the same thing. They do their own thing, and that's kind of why you like them so much, right? You just get fallen into Nintendo is Nintendo, and they do their weird things, and you kind of question what you're doing, but at the same time, that's the way it goes, right? And you get used to it. But
I have an idea, a silly one-off idea for this one. How about Sonic Battle Royale? Okay, I've made that joke a few times here, but what if it's a race and if you lose, you're out?
Maybe.
Last man standing. How far can you get?
Scott, we're almost out of time, my friend. What release do we have for today?
We have Maglam Lord on PC. I've not heard of this one prior.
No, I didn't know anything until I had to look it up today. I was like, what is that? But Scott, that's going to wrap up today's show. Everybody, thank you for joining us over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG Reviews. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside thegame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. This has been your ITG Daily. I'm Drew, that's Scott, and we'll see you all tomorrow inside the game.